Welcome back to another episode of MRP Easy Manufacturing Podcast. Today we're talking about ERP migration for small businesses. What is Enterprise Resource Planning Migration? Enterprise Resource Planning Migration is the process of swapping your current system for a new one and moving critical business data, configurations, and workflows over to it. This usually happens when a legacy system becomes outdated, but migration may also be necessary if the old solution never worked well or its implementation went wrong. Make no mistake, this is no small task. It requires a migration project plan, an implementation team, and sometimes external consultants. Decisions about security, data management, workflows, and resources must all be made carefully. After all, your enterprise resource planning system affects not just daily business, but your entire supply chain. The good news is that technologies have matured dramatically in the last decade. Enterprise resource planning is no longer only for massive corporations. Today, modern cloud-based solutions make it easier for small and medium-sized manufacturers to adopt powerful tools at lower cost and with shorter implementation times. Why switch providers? Many small businesses are moving away from spreadsheets, paper systems, or outdated software. With the rapid pace of technology, migration has become increasingly common across all industries. Common reasons for switching include business growth. Your company has new requirements or volumes that your current system cannot handle. Return on investment. New providers may now offer more functionality at lower cost, making the switch financially worthwhile. Better integrations. Your business may need connections to third-party applications that your current system cannot provide. Choosing the right enterprise resource planning system. Selecting a new system is not something to rush. It impacts your entire company, from the production line to your clients and suppliers. When choosing, ask questions like, does the system fit my business size and industry? Is it scalable for future growth? Does it provide compliance and traceability features? Will my employees find it intuitive? Does the cost and return on investment make sense? A wrong choice can lead to financial and operational setbacks, while the right one can transform your efficiency. Challenges of migration. Migration is complex even when things go well. Some of the most common challenges include resource availability. It requires months of planning, testing, and training, which takes time and people away from daily work. Implementation complexity. You are not just setting up a new system, you are phasing out the old one at the same time. Adapting processes. You must decide whether to keep your existing workflows or reimagine them to take advantage of best practices in the new system. Compliance and security. Moving sensitive data must be handled with encryption, access controls, and full documentation. Change management. Employees often resist new systems. Clear communication, support, and training are essential. Data migration. One of the most critical steps is data migration. Data must be reformatted, cleansed, and prepared for the new system. There are two main types: master data, such as customers, suppliers, products, and bills of materials. This must always be migrated. Historical data, past transactions and records. Migrating this is time-consuming, often only partially possible, and usually requires an archival strategy. A structured approach includes data mapping, cleansing, secure transfer, validation, and testing. Documentation of every step is also essential. Migration checklist. Breaking it into phases makes it easier to manage stakeholder alignment, involve people from all key departments early, process mapping, document workflows, and identify inefficiencies. Vendor selection. Evaluate systems based on size, industry, cost, and scalability. Migration plan and team. Appoint a cross-functional team and create a clear plan with milestones. Data preparation. Decide what to migrate, archive, or discard. Data migration and validation. Move the clean data and test it thoroughly. Implementation and testing. Roll out the new system, test workflows, and fix issues. Go live. Set a deadline and transition fully sometimes keeping the old system in parallel for a short time. Change management, support employees and address resistance. Continuous training, provide refresher sessions and role-based guidance for long-term success. Why cloud-based often wins. Cloud enterprise resource planning systems are generally more cost-effective for small manufacturers. They eliminate the need for expensive hardware and IT infrastructure while offering automatic updates and patches. Easier scalability as the business grows. Mobile access and intuitive interfaces. Enhanced security through vendor-managed backups, encryption, and compliance. Instead of a heavy upfront cost, you pay a subscription, making budgeting more predictable. Best practices for success. Here are 8 best practices for smoother migration. Classify and code your data carefully. Test thoroughly before implementation. Involve and train employees. Document standard operating procedures. Limit customization to keep things simple. Keep the old system running briefly in parallel. Do not import unnecessary historical data. Do not delay migration if you know it is necessary. Key takeaways. Enterprise resource planning migration replaces an outdated or underperforming system with a new one, moving critical data and workflows in the process. It is driven by growth, the need for better integrations, or improved return on investment. Data migration is the most complex step and requires careful cleansing and validation. Cloud systems offer scalability, security, and cost advantages over traditional on-premise solutions. Success depends on planning, testing, training, and focusing on clean data and simple processes. That wraps up this episode of the MRP Easy Manufacturing Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. For more information about us, visit mrpeasy.com. See you next time.